Kayo ba'y pauwi na ng Pilipinas? At nais niyong malaman magkano ba ang price ng swab test sa airport wherein saan kayo dadating or saan po ang flight niyo lalapag? Alamin po natin yan sa videong ito. Hi mga kabayan at mga kaibigan. For today's video, i-impart ko po sa inyo, i-share ko sa inyo, magkano ba ang swab test price sa Pilipinas? Depende po yan sa airport kung saan po kayo lalapag. So for this video, yan pong i-share ko sa inyo kung magkano ba ang presyo ng swab test in different parts of the Philippines or sa iba't ibang airport po. And at the same time, recap na rin po natin. Sino ba ang kailangan mag-swab test? How long will it take ba per, kumbaga po, per category? So, kung kayo unvaccinated or vaccinated, kung galing kayo sa green country or sa yellow country and red country, gaano katagal ba ang inyong swab test? So, yan po ang ating tatalakayin ngayon sa ating video. And of course, we will highlight these 3 questions. Yung sinabi ko kanina, magkano ba ang swab test fee? May bayad ba ang mga bata? And may discount ba ang mga senior citizen when it comes to swab test? Alamin po natin ang kasagutan dito sa ating video. To start with everyone, let us just take a look po. Bakit ba, ano bang basihan? Bakit kailangan i-swab test ang sino man pong babalik sa Pilipinas, lalo na po kung kayo ay traveling by air or even by sea? But for today, we'll focus more on the travelers who are arriving in the Philippines through the airport. Dito po sa Pilipinas, meron po tayong tinatawag na country risk classification. Maaring pareho ng kulay pero it just so happen may basis po ang Pilipinas na maaring different po dun sa bansang pinanggalingan nyo po. Kaya maaring marami po sa atin na nagtatanong bakit yung iba nasa green country na pagkatapos kami nasa yellow pa. Samantalang ang dami na pong nabakunahan dito sa aming bansa. So ang reason po dito is merong own data or datos na tinitingnan po ang Pilipinas at binabasihan kung sino pong ika-classify nila sa green country na tinatawag po nilang low risk. And of course, kung moderate risk naman po ay tinatawag nilang yellow country. It means na wala pong mataas, hindi po gaano kataasan ang incidence ng COVID, ganun din po, hindi naman din kababaan. And of course, kapag napakataas naman po ng incidence ng COVID sa inyong bansa, then high risk po ito kinaklasify ng Philippines and it will you belong to the red country. Now, depends on your classification, that will be the basis whether ikaw ay magpapaswab test and at the same time, how many days will you be staying in the quarantine hotel? So yan po ang ating i-review bago ko po ibigay sa inyo ang presyo ng swab test. Itong listahan na meron po tayo ngayon na i-share ko sa inyo ay from November 16 to 30, 2021 lang po. Ito po ay approved ng IATF at i-share po sa atin ni Presidential Secretary Harry Roque. So ito po ang mga lista ng ating green countries. Ito po ang mga sumusunod na bansa na within po green country. If we will compare it to the number of countries na meron po tayo sa green country last month of October, mas nadagdagan na po at dumami. At even in the first week of November, ang great news naman po, sabi po nila, they will really look into it. By December po, let us be excited and look forward. Hoping mas marami na pong bansa ang nasa green country. So looking forward, makasama na din po kayo. Now, what's the significance if nasa green country ka? So syempre po, ang categorization po nila dito is a low-risk country. So therefore, for this country, they are allowing po ang ilang mga mamamayan or ilan pong mga passengers or travelers to actually arrive without going to the hotel quarantine. Kaya lang po, tingnan natin, sino ba ang qualified for the no hotel quarantine upon arrival from the green country? Hindi po lahat. May iilan lang po. If they meet the condition, then they will be arriving in the country without hotel quarantine. So, i-recap po natin. Kung napanood niyo po yung ibang video ko, you might have seen the summary that I have prepared. So, i-share ko lang po ulit sa lahat kung sakasakaling this is your first time to watch this video. So, looking forward po na makatulong po ito sa inyo. Anyone who will be coming from the green country po, ang tangi po na traveler who can actually go to the Philippines or arrive in the Philippines and then they can go home straight without doing hotel quarantine. Ito po ang mga fully vaccinated travelers po natin. Now, may condition din po ito. Ang kailangan na condition nila is kailangan when they arrive in the Philippines na makakapag-present po sila ng 72 ng negative meron pong condition. So they have to arrive here in the Philippines presenting a negative RT-PCR result na nakuha po nila 72 hours before their departure. So ang ibig sabihin po nito, sino man po ang hindi makapag-present nito, kahit fully vaccinated po sila at may certificate, still they do have to quarantine here in the Philippines. Kaya kung makikita niyo po, dun sa unang column po natin, ito po yung mga fully vaccinated na traveler from the green country kaso hindi po sila nakapagpa-swab test doon po sa kanilang bansa. So therefore, hindi nila na-meet ang criteria ng Philippines. So when they arrive here, so they will be undergoing a quarantine. So ilang araw po ba? For them, it will be 2 to 3 days. The swab test will be scheduled in the hotel. It could be on the first day or the next day. So magbibigay po ng allowance sa 2 to 3 days for the results po. So maari pong makuha siya ng ika-second day or ika-third day, depende po. Yan. And then, kapag natapos na po at na-release na ang kanilang negative RT-PCR result, then they could actually check out immediately from the hotel. They just simply have to, if you're an OFW, email nyo lang po ang inyong OWA representative plus the front desk. And then kung kayo ay non-OFW or if you're a foreigner, then you can actually just email it po to the front desk. And then, once you're checked out, please ensure that you do self-monitoring, okay? And that is for 40 days after you have checked out. Yung first day niyo po will be the day 1 of your arrival in the Philippines. So continuation lang po siya. So yan po para sa ating fully vaccinated pero hindi po sila nakapagpa-swab test before they left the green country. That's why they are required. That's why you are required to actually go through the quarantine hotel. So kung gusto niyo po na wala na pong quarantine hotel dito sa Pilipinas, magpa-swab test na po kayo sa green country where you will be flying from. And then, ito naman po, fully vaccinated kayo, but then again, meron kayong mga anak, minors who will be traveling with you. It could be your children, it could be kayo ang guardian. So what will happen is you will have to follow the quarantine classification of the children. So if they are minors who can be vaccinated but they're not yet vaccinated, so ang ibig sabihin po nito ay you will follow their number of days in the quarantine. So for anyone who's coming from the green country, ito po ay 6 days. Kasi on the 5th day, dun po kayo isa-swab. Yan po. Or yung mga bata din po. And then the release of the result will be 24 to 48 hours. So again, hoping it will be earlier, but again, there's no guarantee. And once you receive po yung inyong negative RT-PCR result, doon po sa inyong email, then you can immediately email po kung kayo ay OFW. Same like what I've said earlier, then you can simply send it to your OWA representative and the front desk. And for the non-OFW and the foreigner, you simply have to email it to the front desk. And once you email them this, in just few minutes or an hour or so, you can check out from the hotel and go home. Pero po, huwag niyong kalimutan, meron po din kayong self-monitoring for 14 days. And of course, how about for those who are unvaccinated or partially vaccinated or your vaccination status cannot be determined? So therefore, you will be swabbed on the 5th day. On the 6th day, you can actually check out if you already received po yung inyong RT-PCR test na negative ang resulta. And at the same time po, once na nag-check out po kayo, kung kayo OFW again, same po, i-email nyo po ang kailangan i-email when it comes to your RT-PCR test. And ganun din po sa non-OFW, please do not forget to email your front desk. Now, again, same, your self-monitoring po will be 40 days and the counting starts on your first day. So yan po ang ating protocol when it comes to swab testing for everyone who will be coming from the green country. So looking forward po na, kumbaga, once you arrive here in the Philippines, ay ready po kayo kung gaano kahaba po ang swab testing po ninyo at kailan ito sa inyong hotel quarantine. Now, these are for the green countries. So let us just take a look at the next one. For the next one, ito po ang ating red countries. Dalawa lang naman po tayo meron. For November 16 to 30, 2021, it will be Faroe Islands and the Netherlands. So ano po ba yung rule para po sa mga travelers natin who will be coming from this red country? Now, from the red country, ang pwede lang pong pumunta sa Pilipinas ay mga Filipinos. That's all po. Wala pong ibang lahi. Tingnan po natin, let us just make it very easy for everyone, whether you're a fully vaccinated traveling alone, or you're fully vaccinated traveling with minors, or you're traveling non-vaccinated, partially vaccinated, or undetermined, pare-pareho lang po yung magiging quarantine days po natin at day of swab testing. So you will be swab tested on the 7th day, and then ang resulta po marireceive nyo either on the 8th day or on the 9th day. Pero because you're coming from the red country, ang check-out nyo pa rin po is not immediately when you receive your RT-PCR test, kung hindi po on the 10th day pa po. So ikasampung araw nyo from that day of your first day sa Pilipinas. So yun po yung counting natin. So sa ikasampung araw nyo po kayo, pwede pa po mag-check out. And once you're checked out, everyone, since 10 days lang ito, just make sure that you do home quarantine po until the 14th day. Again, pagpatuloy lang po ito ng number of days nyo since day 1 po nang dumating kayo sa Pilipinas. And those are the guidelines that we have for anyone who will be traveling po from the red country. So looking forward na nakatulong po ito sa inyo so that you'll have an idea. Now let's take a look at the next one. Para naman po sa ating mga travelers from the yellow country, i-share ko po sa inyo what we have right now from November 15 until 21. Yes, you heard me right. November 15 to 21, and at the same time, November 22 to 30. Today, it's November 19 at meron pong update ang IATF just this morning regarding the yellow countries and the quarantine protocols. So tingnan natin ano ba yung great news na ito. So let me just discuss the first one po. So this is from November 19 to 21, 2021. So since again, today I'm actually shooting this video November 19 when the latest IATF announcement had been made. So ito pong minimension ko sa inyo. So from ito actually nagsimula November 16 until ngayong 21. Yan. So let us just take a look. Kung kayo ay fully vaccinated and traveling alone, so therefore your swab test will be on the 5th day. And then 6 days at least po kayo magstay sa hotel. If you are a non-OFW and a foreigner, just make sure that you pre-book your hotel for at least 6 days because your swab test will be on the 5th day. Hoping that your result will come out or be released on the 6th day so that you can check out immediately na po. So, ang resulta usually lumalabas po yan between 24 to 48 hours. Pero sometimes po maaga naman. Like for me, 25 hours ko po. Natanggap ko na po yung swab test. Sa iba naman po nakakilala ko lesser. Some even had it in 12 hours. But again, I cannot guarantee po kasi it varies po kung sino yung swab test provider ninyo at gaano kayo kadami na dumating during that day. Now, kapag katapos nyo na po, halimbawa na-receive nyo na ang negative swab test results ninyo, that's quite great. You can check out already. So just like what I've shared to the others, you simply have to, kung kayo OFW, email nyo na po ang OWA representative at ang front desk. Kung kayo naman po ay non-OFW, Kung kayo naman po ay non-OFW at foreigner, then email the front desk of the RT-PCR negative result that you received from your email. At kapag kayo nakapag-check out na, please remember, you still have to do your home quarantine as a continuation of the completion of the 14 days. So whatever time or day that you have checked out, please continue the counting, and then you have to do home quarantine until the 14 days. Ayan. For yellow country, once you check out po at fully vaccinated kayo, you have to continue your home quarantine until 10 days. Now, that's the difference between po naman sa ating mga non-vaccinated na coming from the yellow country. Kasi sa inyo naman po, once you check out, you have to do the home quarantine for 14 days. So tingnan po natin yung pangalawang column. So yung pangalawang column naman po, these are for anyone who's fully vaccinated, yet you'll be traveling with a minor. So same thing din po, just like what I've said earlier, sa green country, so you will have to follow the quarantine classification of the child or the minor that you are traveling with. So ibig sabihin po niyan, you will be swabbed on the 7th day, and 8 days po yung anyong pre-booking. So result may come out or be released between 24 to 48 hours. And once you check out, ito naman po, kasi fully vaccinated naman po kayo, and once tumating kayo sa bahay, maaring may katuwang naman po kayo when it comes to taking care of the children na hindi kailangan mag-quarantine. So maaari naman pong i-follow nyo na yung fully vaccinated na total number of days of doing home quarantine. So you can simply do that for 10 days. Yan. Para po sa inyo. Para naman po sa mga non-vaccinated, partially vaccinated, at the vaccination status cannot be determined. So your swab test day will be on the 7th day, and you can pre-book the hotel po until 8 days po. And then, ang swab test release usually is within 24 to 48 hours, and once you get that, email nyo lang po ang inyong OWA representative for the OFWs at for the foreigners and ating non-OFWs, email nyo lang po ang front desk so that at least makapag-check out na po kayo and you can go home. Now, make sure na continue nyo po ang inyong home quarantine for 14 days, starting po yung day 1 from your arrival, ang inyong pagbilang. So that's it for our swab testing for ito po, para sa ating November 19 or November 16 to 21 ng ating mga arriving dito sa Pilipinas. Now, let us find out, ano po ba yung change? May good news po kasi. So, yung good news naman po for fully vaccinated po. Anyone who's fully vaccinated and you're coming from the yellow country, today, November 19, IATF had announced po that they will be shortening the quarantine period po ng fully vaccinated. So, tingnan po natin gaano kaikli. So, ito po, they shortened. So this is the great news. So this is the good news that IATF had shared today, November 19, for anyone who's arriving from the yellow country at ikaw ay fully vaccinated. Kung fully vaccinated ka, then therefore, ang iyong total number of days of quarantine is shortened. By how many? By 2 days po. So in short, instead na 6 days ang pre-booking po ninyo sa hotel, magiging 4 days na lang po ito. At ang inyong So ang inyong swab test day, it will be on the 3rd day instead of the 5th day. And ang result po, same pa rin po, within 24 to 48 hours ang release. Looking forward, it will be earlier. And once you get it, please make sure na i-email nyo po ito sa OWA representative for OFWs at front desk. At kung kayo ay OFW, kung kayo ay non-OFWs at foreigners, please email it to the front desk. And please remember, same thing as the others. So you still have to undergo a 10-day quarantine period po, unless otherwise specified po by the IATF. Now, itong fully vaccinated naman po na may anak, nakasama or minor po, so similar po, you simply have to follow, katulad ng diniscuss ko later, kung ano po yung quarantine period ng inyong minor. So I will not discuss it now because it's the same as the other one that I discussed. So far, ang nag-change lang naman po, simula November 22 are the fully vaccinated individuals po. But then again, today is just November 19. Let's see kung meron pong update again by tomorrow, November 20, I will let you know. Paiba-iba po kasi, so we really have to keep updated. Now, ito po yung hinihintay po natin. Alamin na po natin magkano ba. Now that you know, alam nyo na ilang araw kayo sa hotel at kailan kayo isa swab test. So now let us find out magkano ba ang swab test price. Sa lahat po ng mga OFWs na palipad sa Pilipinas, I bet alam nyo na po na libre po ang inyong swab test pagdating nyo po dito sa Pilipinas, and that's quite great. Ang kailangan nyo na lang po na i-take into consideration is ang inyong pag-complete ng ECIF, depende po sa airport kung saan po kayo dadating. Kung kayo po ay darating sa Clark Airport, so kailangan nyo po mag-complete ng yung new Red Cross ECIF na under dashlab.ai. And kunin nyo po yung QR code kasi kailangan nyo po ito. Kung kayo naman po ay sa Subic, maari pong One Health Pass na lang po ang kanilang ipakomplete sa inyo. Ganon din po sa Lawag. Please just make sure na i-check nyo sa airlines po ninyo because the ECIF or Electronic Investigation Form usually varies po yan. Depende po sa kung anong partner ng airlines na swab test provider. Sa NAIA Terminal 1 and Terminal 3, ito naman po, usually for OFW, kung hindi firstaid.ph po yan, maaari pong One Health Pass provider po. Yan, sa One Health Pass po, kukumpletuhin nyo yan and then it will serve as your ECIF. Again, depende po sa inyong airlines. So please check with them so that at least you'll know. And then sa NAIA Terminal 2 po, ito naman po, again, depende sa airlines po ninyo. Maari po ang airline provider ay PAL, for example, they have their own swab test partner po, kaya, or provider. So just make sure you check it. And kung other foreign airplane, at kung other foreign aircraft naman po yan, or airline company, then they might have also other providers. So please just check kung One Health Pass na lang po ba ang kailangan, or meron pang ibang. Yan. So when we talk about Cebu, so ang Cebu naman po, they have their own way of swabbing. So actually, for OFWs, it's for free. Pero you just have to take note, 2 times po kayo isa-swab. Yes, 2 beses po. So upon arrival, and then at the airport. Now, let us take a look po in the other airports, and at the same time for non-OFWs and foreigners, these are the prices of the swab test from this different airport. So for non-OFWs and foreigners, so let me share to you the different prices for the swab test from different swab test providers from these airports. So tingnan po natin, unang-una Clark Airport po. So for Clark Airport, sabi po nila yung ibang provider, ang china-charge po ay 4,000 pesos. For example po, PAL, kung may partner po sila, so that's 4,000 pesos. And then for PadLab naman po, 2,500 na lang po. So that's quite great news. Malaki rin pong binaba ng mga swab test prices, so which is quite great for you. So for PadLab po, ayan, kung ang airlines nyo ay kumbaga PadLab po ang partner, then therefore that will be 2,500. So payments can be made by cash po online, or this can be made online, this can be made by, in cash, and then currency exchange is also available in the airport or at the terminal. Let's take a look for Clark Airport. Magkano ba ang swab test? Now, ang swab test sa Clark Airport for other airlines, that will be 4,000 pesos. For PadLab, ito po ay 2,500. Kung PadLab po ang partner na swab test provider ng inyong airlines, then therefore, ang ECIF na kailangan yung kompletuhin ay yung One Health Pass na rin. So, hindi na po siya 2. Unlike for Red Cross po, 2 pa. So, hindi na po, 1 lang po. And then at the end po, kapag kukuha na po kayo ng QR code, makikita niyo po yung green button. doon sa screen, and then you simply have to press it, and then sasabihin po nito Padlab payment channel. So ibig sabihin po nito, doon nyo po siya babayaran, and pwede po siyang online or pwede rin naman po sa airport. Now you can pay it in card din po. So ayan po, currency exchange, just in case you want to pay it in cash as a terminal, you can actually do it there. Magkano naman po sa Subic? So sa Subic naman po, kung doon ang airport of arrival po ninyo, so it's 3,800. Isa lang po ang option po nito, online registration and payment po. Yun lang po. So that's 3,800. For Lawag Airport, on the other hand naman po, the cost of the swab test is 3,500 po. Pwede nyo itong bayaran ng cash, ng card, or online. Now, to be more specific po, payments can be made in cash or na peso lang po. Kung card naman po yan, ang ina-accept nila ay BankNet, MasterCard, Visa, and JCB only. Now, PayMaya pwede din po, WeChat Pay, or GrabPay. Now, take note, meron po silang ATM na available in the terminal. So, just in case you want to prepay your RT-PCR test online, possible din naman po yon as mentioned. And how about sa NAIA, Terminal 1 and Terminal 3? Maari po either ang Detoxicare, ang inyong swab test provider, depende sa airlines po. Kung Detoxicare po yan, gamitin nyo lang po yung 1/2 pass. It will be the same ECIF po. And the cost is 2,500. Ganon din po ang Padlab. Ang Padlab din po, ang gagamitin nyo lang is kumpletuhin nyo lang po yung 1/2 pass. It will serve the same as na ECIF po ninyo. The cost is 2,500. Ang Detoxicare, usually po partner po siya ng PAL. And then other airlines will be Padlab. So NAIA Terminal 2, again, it's the same. Mostly it's Detoxicare kasi po PAL flights, but just in case there will be other airports, the big possibility, it will be Padlab. So how can this be paid? NAIA Terminal 1, NAIA Terminal 3, and NAIA Terminal 2. Payment can be made via cash, in peso, or in US dollars. So cards such as, ito po, Alipay, ginagamit din po nila, WeChat, PayPal, GCash, and you can pay this actually at the hotel or through the Detoxicare prepayment facility as you register to the 1/2 pass 24 hours before your flight. So yun po ang instruction for Detoxicare, and same thing po din sa Padlab. Now, yan po ang sa NAIA Terminal 1, 3, pati na rin po ang 2. Nung alamin naman po natin for Mactan, Cebu, for non-OFWs and foreigners. Now, sa Cebu, medyo iba po ang ating rules dito when it comes to swab testing. Una po, just like the OFW, dalawang best po kayo sa swab. Upon arrival and at the same time sa hotel. So, paano po ang bayad nito? Ganito po. Kung ikaw ay Filipino, upon arrival, hindi po kayo kasi dalawang beses po ang swab test, di ba? Hindi po kayo magbabayad ng 901. Pero kung if you're a foreigner, you have to pay upon arrival because they do have two swab testing. So, 901 peso or pesos po. For the second swab test, the cost will be 4,100 pesos po. Yan. So, you have to actually pay that. Yan po ang summary ng ating prices for the swab test. Pero sagutin po muna natin yung tanong. So, nasagot na po natin yung first question. Magkano ang price ng swab test? So, yan po ang prices ng swab test from these different airports. The second question, ang mga bata ba, magkano ang bayad? Ang mga bata po, same ang bayad po sa adults. So, kung 2,500 yan sa Manila or sa NAIA, 2,500 din po ang bata. So, adults and children have the same price. Now, pangatlong question, paano naman po kung senior citizen? Meron bang discount? Ito po ang sagot. Yes, meron po kayong senior citizen discount. Reminder lang po, nakausap ko po from the Padlab, sabi po nila, make sure po dala niyo yung senior citizen ID po ninyo so that at least this will be granted to you. So, magkano po ba? So, sa lahat po ng Padlab, except po ang Cebu, 2,500 po ang kanilang regular price for swab testing. Kasama na po ang mga bata. Now, kung sakasakaling senior citizen po kayo, the price will be 1,785.71. So this price is for the senior citizen and at the same time PWT. For all senior citizen, please bring your ID. Kailangan po ito so that you can avail of the discount. And that completes the prices po ng ating swab testing for all the airports at different categories din po. I'm looking forward na nakatulong po ito sa inyo. And everyone, we're with that mga kabayan at kaibigan. Looking forward po that the prices that I gave you really helped you plan sa budget po ninyo para sa pag-uwi. At syempre, naghihintay tayo ng further update from the IATF at the end of the month. Pero katulad kanina, today is November 19, meron po silang update. Shinorten po nila ang quarantine days ng fully vaccinated coming from the yellow country. So let's see what's next. Sa lahat po sa inyo, maraming salamat sa pag-subaybay po ng aking channel. And I simply want to say, have a pleasant flight at ingat po kayo sa pag-uwi mga kabayan at mga kaibigan. Ito po si Jamey Iris na nag-uulat at nagbibigay sa inyo ng balita through my Talk TV channel. With that, everyone, kung nakatulong po itong video ito sa inyo, I simply want to ask you to please like. And at the same time, kung first time nyo sa channel ko, I'm inviting you to please subscribe to my channel so that you'll get updated with the new videos that I will be sharing to all of you. At sa lahat po, I'll see you next video. I want to simply say, God bless you and see you soon, everyone.